Yeah, it's funny.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our show before the show, if anybody's on yet. We have some air issues this morning. That's why,
It's getting
I'm just
hot
waiting
in
for the people.
here.
I'm trying to sit myself so you can't see the sweat in my shirt. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's getting hot. It's going to get hot and fiery anyway, what we're talking about.
Is it?
Yeah, I am fired up.
We'll have to adjust. We have to get a shot somehow, some way. Maybe later in the show, Joe can focus on everything. Well, we can also, here, I can also send him a picture of your. I'll end up and take a picture of that and send it to Joe.
You want me to send it to him?
No, I'm gonna take a different pic, like one of all of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all right.
You want me to get out of the picture?
No, I'm just gonna have the whole desk. I'm gonna see it. I'll show it that we have. As I do it. Have you had that?
I bought that. We were at the inauguration, and we bought it at the inauguration.
That's funny.
Flew at my house for a while, but then I took it down because I don't want it to get ripped up because you can't get one of these again. The show before the show. You know what we need? You know what we really need? We need a HVAC sponsor so they could come and fix this problem. So if anybody out there is an HVAC person and you would like to sponsor the show today,
oh my gosh,
great day because the air's out in here. So thank you, Angie. It's actually really David, my husband's shirt. And so when the whole BLM thing was a big deal, he would walk around where it says Donald Trump matters. And today, specifically, he matters.
Yeah, they're checking on it right now. The
Good.
building, not just us.
Yeah, it's probably the whole building. Probably the whole building.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my wits about me here with everything.
Mm-hmm.
Me. Let me see here. Eric may walk in and walk right back out.
Yeah, he might be like, this is just too hot in here. I could just hear him. This is bullshit. He is hot.
Yeah, guys, it's a free-for-all show today. There's something you guys want to talk about, let us know. We don't have the water stuff today. We'll get into that. My guy, still waiting to hear back from him.
And today's a day we can't talk about it anyway. So it's good that he's put it off because we have to talk about more important things. Now, water is important. Don't get me wrong. But today, we cannot not talk about what they're doing to Donald Trump.
We'll get a whole hour of it.
Of course we do.
What do you want to do it for 2 hours?
I could do it for 8. Yeah. I think we have the heat on in here. Not just, I think somebody accidentally hit the heat button. Joe, did you accidentally hit the heat button?
No, we do our
I
best.
was cold this morning.
All good in the hood.
It really is. It's all good.
I wanted to drip sweat today.
Yeah, you just wanted to watch us sweat.
All right, we welcome everybody in. Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Ben. I stopped by Ben's place last night. Wendy's,
Yes.
They had the show on, America's
that
Best
was
Restaurants. I thought you were coming.
Well, I would have come, but my daughter had her parent back to school night. So I almost
You still go to those things
I know that's exactly
after all
what-
these kids?
I know that's what David said. Why are you going there?
David's right. I'm sorry. They're silly.
I know, and I went, and this will probably be the
Sorry, I don't
only
mean to be
time-
disrespectful to teachers, but
No, and she is my 5th kid, and I mean, obviously, it's this,
is she your last
super
one? Do you have
high.
any more?
She's it.
Okay.
She's it. But I figured I have to at least, go walk through her day, just like I did all the other kids. But I probably won't go to any of the rest of the stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I might go to one of my granddaughters. I
I'm
can't help
glistening.
myself.
I'm not sweating.
Yeah, that's what
Thank you,
Kimberly
Kimberly.
says. You're glistening. We are glistening. We are like major glistening. It's like 100 degrees in here.
If I'm glistening, you're sparkling.
Oh, good. You're glistening and I sparkle. I love
Yeah.
that. Love that.
Yeah, Vic's boobs are sweaty.
Vic's boobs are sweaty.
Man boobs, moobs.
Moves. Yes, Ben, it is a hot one in here.
Not to
It's
focus
getting
on
hot in here.
it. It's just, listen, we'll get it in and get it out of the way. It happens.
Yeah. We're just talking about it for a second.
It's like 100 degrees outside. It's like 100 degrees in the studio.
Right. And I
It's
probably
the-
shouldn't whine about it.
Yeah, but we'll move through it. It's the hottest studio I've ever been in my life.
yes.
But
I
that's
hope
all right.
all of you comment a lot because I'm gonna
we're going shirtless.
right because
We're going
I'm gonna
streaking.
because I'm gonna have to take my glasses off, I think, and I can't see without my glasses because they're steaming up. Literally.
So I took mine.
Yeah.
I
Well,
was
then it's like it's steaming up. So I
going
can't-
straight.
So if I misspell words, you guys know why that is. Mm-hmm. Or if I'm squinting. It's the only time I have to wear glasses is looking at a computer. I don't even need it to drive or anything else. It's just little print, little white print.
All right. We got people in. We got
Mickey
people getting
Mouse.
ready to rock and roll.
We are ready to go.
It's a Friday. Let's see here.
It's going to be good.
Hold on a second. Come on.
I think it's the airplane fuel is in here from the hangar. Uh-huh. I have getting text, the thermostat behind you to the left. Yes, it's not working. I will look.
Push it down as low as it can go. I mean,
I literally put it on 50, but I can't tell if it's on the air conditioning or not, or what this is on. I don't want to press buttons. I think it's off. You want me to press this button? I'm pressing buttons. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
okay.
You know it's hot in here when I just now set it to 50 degrees and it's still 100 degrees in here.
All right. The show must go on, Joe.
Yes,
let's
it
go.
must. Here we go. I'll stop whining now, okay?
Hey guys, what? I
Oh my
mean, that's
God.
just stupid. I have to address it. People
You
are
do.
like, "What the crap is going on with Vic's shirt?"
He's going through menopause.
It's 100 effing degrees in this studio, so I have to
It is.
address it. I mean,
Sorry, I can't help but laugh. Women go through menopause. You go through menopause in here.
for our audience that listens to the podcast via audio, not watching, sorry, we were. We'll address it right up. It's very hot in our studio. There's no air. It's 100 degrees outside. These things happen. Go figure.
Yeah.
I guarantee the heat index is close to 90 degrees in the room that we're in, at least.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you're watching, then obviously you see, and I've got the worst color shirt on. If I had a black shirt, you wouldn't be able to tell.
That's true. I'm glad I wore a black shirt today.
But I have I don't know, maroonish purple color.
Right. Yeah.
Dark mauve.
Correct.
I don't know. And wet spots pop out. Yeah, I didn't do cardio this morning. It's like, whatever. So anyway, it's a hot Friday. We're grateful we addressed it. It's over. I just look like crap. So anyway, I'm Vic Faust with Lizzie Sparks, Projo in the house. Glad you guys are joining us for a Friday free for all. Eric Johnson en route. We're kind of leaving the show up to you guys today in the 9 o'clock hour as well. We're going to get into real death toll. So much more has come out of Maui.
Yes.
And Kevin McCarthy's calling an investigation into Maui. It's not just, quote, conspiracy theory people. Kevin McCarthy's like, wait a second. How many people really died? Why are people now still being found? How did this whole thing happen? None of it makes sense. Kevin McCarthy is calling for a congressional investigation on Maui. So
good.
If you thought it, there you go. We'll get into that. Mm-hmm. Also, what's the significance with September 23rd? It's so weird. I've never heard this before, but it's another one. Joe, did you send that video?
I did send that video, and I thought it was interesting myself. I've never heard of it either. So,
but there's a lot of things I've heard in life that Hollywood has put in movies right before our eyes.
Yeah, for sure.
That we don't notice. And really, why would you? There's something in Back to the Future movie too. Somebody said a movie that's playing or something. I can't remember what that is. We'll get into that too. DRC says media blackout regarding the FEMA memo. Yeah, that could be too. We'll get into all of that in the 9 o'clock hour. We're going to jump into everything. This Donald Trump stuff happened. I mean, so much is going on. I think my daughter in college is getting away from Christine. Who's the Democratic candidate? Christine.
Oh, what is her name?
Anyway, my daughter texted me last night about the debate. She's like, "Did you watch?" And I was like, "Thank God she's texting me these things."
Yeah,
as a 20-year-old,
that's good.
But I think she was feeling the vibes for Haley. I just think she wants a woman,
and I can understand that. A young woman typically votes for a young woman. They just want to
because she doesn't like Trump.
Yeah, a lot of
my daughter does not like Trump.
Yeah,
I'm getting her back on the right side.
Good.
That's a step, a couple steps in the right direction. Anyway, we'll get into all this craziness going on in Fulton, Trump, this comedy that's going on. I did have a Democrat try to tell me, "Hey, doesn't matter if he gets convicted, he's going to get jail time. He can't pardon himself." I'm like, "What?" I was like, if he wins an election, he'll be still having to go to jail. I'm like, the Democrats are saying that stuff right now, by the way.
Yeah, they are saying that for sure.
Hey, we'll show you. Did we get the commercials fixed, by the way, Joe?
Yeah, the commercials have been fixed. We didn't run a couple because we did some live reads yesterday. I think that's where the problem.
So we need to switch the order around.
We can, but we can put them if you want to do live reads or if you want to discuss this after the show.
Oh yeah, well I'm just making sure. I was like trying to figure out what we got. Do we have a second set of commercials?
We have two sets.
Let's run the second set.
Okay,
not the one we've been running every day.
Okay,
I appreciate it. We'll run those. We'll come right back. Maybe it'll get a little cooler in here.
Yeah, it's gonna be cooler.
We'll see.
Waited, and now it's here. the unveiling of the latest style collections. I'm Brooke with my sister Amy, inviting you to see 3 football fields of the latest styles.
Our new lifestyle collections are premium quality furniture made exclusively for us and available only at Carroll House.
The attention to detail is unmatched, and so is the value, nearly half the price of a typical gallery store.
Plus, get free financing, delivery, and in-home design. Carroll House, because you like nice things.
Marco! Wait. What? No response? Hi, I'm Curtis Barks with Complete Auto Body and Repair, offering full service and auto repair to St. Louis and St. Charles. We are looking for someone to say polo. That's right, we are hiring. We want you now. If you would like to work in a well-paying environment, then you owe it to yourself to stop by one of our 6 Complete Auto Body and Repair locations. Will you help me find that missing person? Please call me directly at 636-488-HIRE. That's right, 636-488-4473.
Dad, and service.
Oh yeah, and service.
He fixed the cars.
Kathy O. Big Strick, owner of Experience Real Estate Partners with eXp, has been one of St. Louis, Missouri's highest selling groups for 26 years running. In that time, Kathy and her team have successfully assisted an incredible 4,000 families. So if you're thinking about buying, building, or selling, be sure to put Kathy's group and their experience to work for you, and you can expect to be moved. Just give her a call at 314-276-SOLD. That's 314-276-7653, or find her online at experience-re.com.
As all of you may know, the home of the Cancel This studio is located at the all-inclusive private jet hangar, Strategic Air Services. Founded in Chesterfield, Missouri, they take pride in offering a meticulous approach to private aviation through services that fully manage your trip from takeoff to landing. Strategic Air Services is more than just storage for your aircraft. They offer state-of-the-art amenities to its members and guests. When you are not traveling, you have the luxury of enjoying their world-class gym, conference rooms, lounges, and so much more. Strategic Air Services offers an unparalleled luxury experience for all things private aviation. If you're looking for a new place to call home for your aircraft, give them a call today at 636-400-7601. Again, that's 636-400-7601, or visit their website at strategicairservices.net.
Winty's in the Chesterfield Valley, if you don't know, is a family-owned business that has been around since 1994, serving some of the best chicken wings in town, no joke. Also known for their fresh burgers, pizza, and incredible smoked meat. Top-notch happy hour specials are included, plus live music every Friday and Saturday. Oh yeah, you can also enjoy their spacious heated covered patio. It's Winty's in the Chesterfield Valley, 18,000 Chesterfield Airport Road. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. I'm Vic Faust with Lizzie Sparks. Pro Joe in the house. We appreciate everybody jumping in with us today. It is a Friday. It is a free-for-all Friday. We'll have some of that coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. August 25th podcast. We're grateful that you're joining us today. Vic Faust, Lizzie Sparks, Pro Joe in the house, Eric Johnson on the way as well. Before we get into anything today, Pro Joe, can you get the picture ready for Lizzie, what her desk looks like today?
I haven't received it in the email yet. I'm sorry.
Oh, man, I thought I sent it to you. Let me check. Let me check. Let me check. Let me get over here and get it to you, buddy. Lizzie is all trumped out today in all kinds of gear.
I can't help myself.
You can't.
I can't help myself. I have an addiction, I think.
I guess it didn't go through. I took the picture. Now I deleted it already. Now I got to go find it again. Damn. Okay.
I've got it.
Okay. I did send it to you.
Well, it just showed up, but yeah, I've got it now.
Okay. I know I sent that earlier. I was like, come on now. Come on. Let's get this going. Okay. Check out Lizzie's desk here. Lizzie's desk is all about Donald Trump today. I want to know where you got this flag. And it's almost as if you were waiting for this to happen when it comes to something with Donald Trump.
I didn't think at the time that I
Thanks,
bought
Joe.
the flag. I did not think this was going to happen. We were at the inauguration in DC, and we bought that flag that basically just talks about the inauguration. To the right of it, the desk, I mean, this flag is so huge, it can't fit all the way across the desk. But we bought it, and I flew it for a while right after he won and he was inaugurated. But then I didn't want to keep it up just because I didn't want it to rip, because I don't think I can get another one of these. So I have all kinds of Trump flag, but today it kind of reminded me of his mugshot. And I thought, you know what? We need to honor the mugshot because that is just free publicity for his campaign.
We're going to show the mugshot in just a little bit.
Absolutely.
I wanted to focus on this though. Yes, look at can you keep the picture up, Pro Joe, buddy? Look at this picture. Okay, obviously Lizzie has the American flag. Then she has the Freedom 13 flag up.
Mm-hmm.
Then she has the Trump flag up.
There
true. Are layers of, we need to get, when we get really, really, really big and cool and special and everything, we can just have a rack. It'll be a flag rack.
Yes, and I can just change them out.
Interchangeable each day.
Yes, for
Lizzie's
sure.
love for America is layered.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's good.
That was good. That was good, Joe.
Did you go out last night or did you get some good sleep? You coming up with all those
good one-liners?
No,
He's got
I got some good
one-liners.
sleep. Yeah.
Men should try to copy Trump's expression and make it their profile pic. I like that, Mary.
I like that idea too.
So you've got that picture back up. Can we pop that back up, Pro Joe? Look at this, guys. Okay, so you see Trump. You see her Trump hats. She's got her Lizzie Cancel This Cup. And then if it wasn't enough, if you really look at or you look at the picture, on the right side of the screen, hanging on the door handle, is her Trump purse.
Oh, let me find it. Hold on.
I love it. I mean, this is somebody who's all in with Donald Trump. That is for sure.
Because his life matters. Yes.
We got to get a step stool for you to be able, because we only see Donald.
It just says Donald Trump.
There you go. Raise your shirt. Can you hold it up again?
Yeah.
Donald Trump matters.
He does. I know Black Lives Matters too, but Donald Trump matters maybe even more than almost all of ours right now because he's the one saving our country.
Yeah. Before anybody who doesn't know the show, and it's almost like we have to do a disclaimer when Lizzie talks about that and brings up BLM. If anybody can't, I mean, give me a break. Her son-in-law is an African-American. So give me a break. And he loves the shirt. And Derek Pratt loves the shirt because Donald Trump matters.
Yes, Donald Trump matters.
But that's going to stoke. That will totally stoke. Do you wear that out in public?
Oh, sure.
Do you get evil looks? And sometimes in life, we may think, oh, somebody's looking at me or somebody's got a problem with me. But it's our own mind and we really don't know for sure. Like if you're overthinking. But sometimes and it would be difficult to be convinced otherwise of what you really think has happened. Do you notice people look at you or give you evil looks? Or
I get very few evil looks.
Do you get yeah, right on?
I get more of those. I get, okay, that's great. Or a few evil looks. It's more like they just turn away, like they just can't look at it, like their eyes are going to be put on fire if they look at it. It's more like that. It's more cowardly reactions, like looking at my shirt, like, oh, I can't look at it. I've never had anybody say anything bad. I'm sure they're thinking it in their head, but that's all right.
Okay. A lot of Trump support, and that's because of what happened yesterday. As expected. In about 20 minutes or so total time, Donald Trump turned himself in Fulton County to continue the circus. That is Fannie Willis and the Fulton County DA's office and the joke that is Jack Smith, the joke that is the DOJ going after Donald Trump to do whatever they can because he is the most popular Republican candidate. Nowhere are you going to find anybody else that can come close to Donald Trump these days. And they've done this to themselves. Democrats, if you don't like Donald Trump, Republicans, if you don't like Donald Trump, you can blame the deep state. You can blame the Democrats. You can blame Jack Smith. You can blame the DOJ. You can blame Biden for making Donald Trump so damn popular because you put it out there and you continue to go after the man over and over and over again. So what did Donald Trump do yesterday? He took his first mugshot, the first mugshot of a president in the history of our country. No president no former president has been treated in the manner that Donald Trump has been, yet he's still standing. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And we're seeing it with Donald Trump. The Trump train is still coming down the tracks, and all the people who can't stand Donald Trump are lining up their rah, rah, rah. But guess what? I think he's gaining. I think he's gaining support, even Republicans. I am a guy that says, here we go. Perfect timing, Joe.
Yep.
There it is. He posted for the first time on X, formerly known as Twitter, since before he was banned, that he turned it. This guy is a marketing genius, and he's exactly who should be running our damn country.
Yes, I totally
Even if you
agree.
think he's a jerk, which he can be. Even if you think he's egotistical, which he is. Even if you think he has more pride, which he does than he should. He is by far, as Vivek said, the best president of the 21st century, bar none.
Yes.
There's his picture. Okay, let's. I love it.
I do too.
Do we still have that up? I'm looking at it. Pro Joe, I got to get your advice, man. Once you pop the picture back up, let's keep it up. Do you like it? I want to get your opinion on this. Yes, no, maybe so.
He looks pissed.
Yeah, and he should be pissed.
Yeah,
because it's a clown show.
Yep.
Bring in the clowns. It's a circus. Dun, 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 dun. I love it. Somebody said Pablo Escobar-esque. I don't know if we're going drug dealer, but election interference, never surrender. DonaldJTrump.com. A lot of people we talk about in life as we look at that picture. First of all, I'm glad he's gone gray.
I do too. I like his gray hair.
Yes.
Yes. Men look great in gray hair. They really do. They look distinguished. I like it better than his reddish for sure. Great.
But Donald Trump's not playing around. I love the picture. There are Democrats, and here's the problem. And you'll see him on Facebook, and I seen him too. Shame on you guys. I mean, if you want to have some fun, but shame on you guys for going out and ripping him. Once again, this is the keyboard warrior aspect of America. If anybody's going to go online and start ripping other people when somebody is innocent and you're innocent until proven guilty, shame on you. You got some problems in your life, and I'm sorry, you do. And I'm calling you out for it because you're going to post and make fun of a president who's gone through the crap that he's gone through. He's not guilty. There's no guilt. Yet you're going to rip a man, put him through just because you don't like the way he is or you don't like his policies. Shame on you. It shows a lot about you. If you see somebody, one of your friends or somebody else, making fun of the former president because of a mugshot, and you actually look at the evidence in the case, you know what? It shows a lot about who they are, that they're going through some things in their life. If they're going to take the time to post a picture and rip him and make fun of him, trying to be cute, trying to be funny, clearly there's something going on in their life.
Correct.
And, not all is good in their life. It goes. I've gone to counseling. I've talked to people. Anybody that takes the time to go rip people and they don't know you. I mean, just because you don't like their policy, shame on you.
Well, and I agree with that, Vic. I know I really did not like Barack Obama. That being said, I thought he was very nice looking. I thought he was very articulate.
The best orator ever as a president.
For sure.
With a script.
With a script. Absolutely a script. But you know what? I never ever said anything bad about him, even though I thought he was destroying my preschool with regulations and taxes and all of that.
Well, of course he was.
But I didn't do that because, like you said, I was too busy living my life that I didn't have time for that. And I just thought it was just beneath me. And I put one picture ever, and it was on inauguration. And I just basically said, no, bye-bye. And but then I kind of took it down because after that, I thought that was not cool.
Well, so what does Donald Trump do after being put through all of this crap that he's been put through, after being a super successful president, and people on the left that don't like him just don't like him, and that's fine. And he is dominating the race, and it's pissing off certain conservatives as well.
Oh, for sure.
Then you and I'm a Fox guy in the morning. I tell you, even Fox is now doing everything they can to try to make this a race for ratings, to try to up the ante, so to speak, to try to push any candidate that they can when it comes to Donald Trump. You have the picture.
Mhm.
He's also now selling that picture.
Yes, good. Good for
on his
him.
website.
Good
He's
for
selling
him.
it on gear. We should get I would love to get one with a Donald Trump.
Oh, we're already on it.
Cancel this.
Our merch guy is already on that.
You
Mhm.
you have that going already?
Yeah, Derek's on it.
I love it. Cancel this.
Cancel this
over that picture
with his mugshot. It's going to be in our
You
merch.
can't cancel Trump.
No, you can't.
Deal with it, people. It is what it is.
Right. You may not like him. You may think he's a meanie, whatever. But, it's like your doctor. Look at the doctors that have bad bedside manner, but you don't really care because you just want him to fix it. Same thing with Donald Trump. He's got I'll admit it. He's got very bad bedside manner, so to speak. But he's the only one that's going to fix the country and put up with this BS.
Not time for sensitivity.
No, it isn't. No, nope.
Sometimes people are like, well, I need to be talked to like this. No, bullshit. When things get serious, you gotta have a leader, somebody who's going to say, bullshit. We're doing this. We're doing that. You get on it. We're not worried about your feelings right now. We're worried about facts.
Yes.
We're worried about saving a country. We're worried about dealing with a crooked, dirty DOJ Biden administration.
Correct.
You name it. So Donald Trump's not going anywhere. The whole goal, once again, is to get him in jail or get him not to run or have all these cases so he can't campaign as easily or effectively. And here's what I saw. This is what was interesting too, with Fox News this morning, because I do watch them in the mornings when I can. Fox News promoting this morning, hey, new polling shows that if Donald Trump was actually convicted, he would lose 17 percentage points. So this could still be a race. It's like, oh my God. Okay, this is where I saw Fox go really, they're really pushing it. And I feel bad for Brian Kilmeade because him reading what they're telling him to read makes him sound so stupid. And I've generally liked him and liked the show, but they sound so stupid and insincere when they're, hey, this could still be a race.
Oh my gosh.
And they're promoting Ron DeSantis as winning the debate.
Yeah, give me a break.
I was like, what? He did the best coming out of the. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Really? And then they interviewed Nikki Haley this morning because she had the biggest night, the biggest support.
They love
post-polling.
that warmongering Nikki Haley. They
So-
love her.
That's all coming down the frame. Everybody against Donald Trump. All right. How about this? And then you sent it, and I don't want to play it, Joe, but it's interesting when CNN.
Yes.
Donald Trump's new biggest fan is Jake Tapper from CNN.
Oh, for sure.
Last week, he was promoting the fact, hey, well, Donald Trump was right. The Bidens lied. Joe Biden lied. Donald Trump was right. Yesterday, they're reporting, I mean, this is how stupid. CNN needs ratings bad. Local news needs ratings bad. Because nobody watches local news anymore. Nobody watches the national news that much in a large contingent. They're lucky if they get ones, twos. I mean, they really are. Because they're just not honest and they don't give you the full story and they don't have the capacity and the money to do the job that they need to do. Since when do we get all into a president's height and weight? I guess you do when it's so damn good.
Yeah. Yeah. It was so funny. It was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that.
CNN was giving his height and weight. And then
Yes.
all of a sudden in the background, you don't see Jake Tapper talking, but you hear me goes, wait, what?
Uh-huh.
They said Donald Trump came in at 6'3", 215. And
He
Jake
lost
Tapper's like,
25 pounds.
wait,
Oh my gosh.
wait, what? They're like, that's a lean, mean political fighting machine.
Yeah, it is.
Ready to go to war. Who can play golf, who can walk, who can do what he needs to do and not hold on to podiums and stumble across stages and shake imaginary hands. We all know there's no way in hell Biden's running. There's no way. We've been calling it on this show for a long time. We told you that there was craziness from the first report of the fire in Maui. It didn't add up. The very first day, we're going to do what we can to get ahead of the stories and to put the work in. Donald Trump is healthy. He is fit. His mind is very, very excelled right now. He's a comedian. I mean, like the sound bites.
He's funny.
And then you had Fox News. This is what's funny as well. Promoting, they had 12. 12.8 million people watched the debate. Okay, fine. 12.8 million people watched the debate. The problem is it's half of the 24 million that watched 2015's debate. That's it. That's only half.
Right.
Yet, silly little Brian Kilmeade on Fox News this morning, where I lost all respect for that guy because
I lost
really
respect for him a while
well.
back.
I mean, he's a little squirrely guy.
He is a squirrely guy.
You know, little, I'd like to see he and Gutfield in a celebrity death match.
Wouldn't that be great?
They remind me of each other.
Yeah.
Like two little guys going at each other. He goes, "Hey now, 12.8 million. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Considering that TV's fractured these days and people have different services that watch on and do this and do that." I was like, come on, Kilmeade. 12.8 million viewers for that sucked. It was not good. So that's what's going on there. Then you look at what Donald Trump had over 17 million views in the first 10 minutes of his interview by himself on Tucker Carlson. So we give the updated ratings from that. This is what blew my mind when I looked again today. 254 million views for his interview with Tucker Carlson. So now people, the mugshot's not enough. The first one in the history of our country.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Donald, 6'3", 215. That's like Eric. Eric, 6'3", 215. The president coming in. And I've heard lots of people over the years talk about, oh, he's just a slob, and putting pictures of him up next to Arnold because they're the same age.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever.
He's
so
not,
here
he's
he
not
is.
215, by the way.
You know what? It shocked me when I heard that.
They didn't.
Do you think they put him on a scale?
They did. It's not a cat.
Eric, it's the first thing I thought. I was like, damn, I thought he was going to be 250.
I'm sorry. The guy's 250.
Maybe they just transposed saying 50 for 15.
And who cares? He's a big.
That was my point.
Yeah. CNN apparently really cared that he was in good health. Like they were like, shit, he's not dead.
Yeah.
6'3", 215.
Yeah. Now he could totally take on Musk and Zuckerberg at the same time.
Good point. Good point.
Well, you know what? That'd be a good tag team match. Donald Sr. and Donald Jr. versus those two.
Oh God, they would destroy him.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Which would be fun to see. Eric Johnson in studio. Happy Friday to you, my friend.
Who, by the way, who didn't pay the air conditioning bill?
I don't know. Somebody didn't.
This is a thing now because my apartment last night was completely hot.
Yeah.
This is complete. You cannot. This heat in the Midwest is so bad.
Yes.
You cannot escape it for a second.
You can't. Ours went out last night too, and we had to keep putting a hose on it. And I think
that right?
Yeah.
I think it's not the equipment. I think the equipment's overwhelmed by this.
It is.
I agree.
It's not just here. It's happening in several businesses
everywhere
as well.
It's unbelievable. So if you're in a cool part of the country or the world, appreciate it.
Yes.
Eric Johnson with his Friday take. We'll see you next Friday, my friend.
Bye, guys.
Eric, I've already done one costume change. Into my T-shirt. It was so damn hot.
So Vic Faust went from the best dressed newscaster in the Midwest
to T-shirts
to me.
I'm gonna go get a hat.
I love it.
I'm gonna go get one of our canceled hats.
You know what you're missing? No, you're not. Well, kind of. We need to get the Donald Trump mugshot T-shirts.
We're talking. We'll cancel this on.
For sure. And we're gonna say cancel this.
This is not Nick Nolte back in 1990. This is a different thing altogether.
I agree.
Projo, can you pop up that picture again for our viewers? We have people who are coming in now to check out Lizzie. This is what her desk looks like. Eric, you can see it right now, where you have all the Trump stuff right over there.
Damn.
I mean, she got in this morning at about 6 o'clock and she started pumping up all that Trump stuff.
How does another candidate win against this?
Yeah, you can't. You can't win against this.
How?
You absolutely can't.
He was like basically Obi-Wan Kenobi the other night.
Yeah.
That may the force be with you, candidates. And they all sucked and they all blew themselves up. It's like there's no way for any candidate. He just lingers. He is an enigma. He is never going away.
He's not.
You can't do anything to upset this train that is moving. Mm-hmm. Now with the mug shots on the mugs and the T-shirt.
And he turned it around and he used it for himself. Now he's promoting it. And he released the picture.
I would love to
He beat Fulton County to the punch. He released the picture. and then started to market with it. He's
I
a
love
genius when it comes to business.
Love it.
This is one of the most iconic pictures. This picture goes down in history as like the picture of in the end of World War II when the sailor was kissing the girl. Remember that?
Yes,
one?
I do remember
This
that.
one
Yes,
goes
you're
in.
right. You're right.
George W. Bush on the top of the burning rubble of 9/11.
Yes.
And now you have the Donald Trump mugshot. These are the. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what. This picture is going to be known for the next 200, 300 years.
He now
You're
has
right.
255 million views of his interview with Tucker.
I love it.
255 million views on X.
And that's got to be 200 times any
Formerly known
audience
as Twitter.
CNN has ever had.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and Fox was gloating this morning. Hey, we had 12.8 million people watch our debate. And I'm like, oh my, really? You're promoting that?
Well, you know what? That's
It's half of what you had in 2015.
I understand that, but that's interesting too. People are tuned in.
They are.
You think that CNN has under a million, MSNBC has under a million, maybe 1 point something million, and then the debates of the most boring people on the planet talking about you know Vivek, because Vivek was killing everybody. In my opinion, he had so much energy.
It's interesting. I brought this up earlier. I wanted to bring it up. I was glad that my college-age daughter, who went to Mizzou,
Yes.
More of a conservative, but just, hey, let's keep an open mind. Let's listen to everybody. After dealing with some bad experiences of younger girls who are like, we have to be liberal because it's our body, it's our choice. But basically, most of that kind of is saying that's where the Republicans have an issue when it comes to the abortion issue. We know that.
Yeah.
Then she started talking about some female Democrat candidate, and I was like, who? I don't know what her name is. Marianne something. Marianne. But then my daughter texted me last night, Eric. And she's like, Dad, did you watch the debate? I said, yes. And she's like, who did you think did well? I said, well, Vivek clearly won the debate.
Yeah.
And she's like, I agree. But she's like, I really like Nikki Haley now. And I'm like,
It's not. It's.
and I said, okay.
So-
and I just let her go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
she's like, she's only got one problem. It's the abortion issue. And I was like, well, that's not how you were raised, honey. But I'm backing you.
That is such a great example of
Because
of
I was
parenting.
thinking, and I'm not going to push her because I was like,
you need to. Well, you need to explain.
But I explained my choice to her, and she knows where I stand. Trust me, she doesn't need to hear it again. Now I don't want to push her away because she actually crossed that line.
Right. Crossing the line is
She
like the
crossed
first
back over
step.
from that
Yeah.
liberal line
You know,
Yeah.
there's not one bad person
to actually
on that
talking
stage.
about Nikki Haley.
Think about it for a second. There's not one, even the person that you hate on that
Mhm.
stage, Pence or
Correct,
Hutchinson or
Yes.
the governor from whatever unknown state that I don't even remember.
North Dakota.
Not
The
one.
eyebrow
of them,
guy.
Not one of them was a
Groucho.
bad guy. If you were to sit them down in here, they would have the same ideals as you. If you were to sit them down in here, you'd be like, he would be a good president. That has nothing to do with this. Not even DeSantis.
Mm-hmm.
He has his resume, guys, is fantastic in Florida.
We agree.
It is.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's sick how good he is doing in Florida.
Correct.
It doesn't matter. I'm looking at a picture. I cannot take my eyes away from Lizzie's Donald Trump flag over here. and it's the unknown.
That's good stuff.
It's the unknown part of the variable that you cannot get your mind away from.
Correct.
Okay. It's not just regular conservatives that you see because they be in the media, local, national, try to say it's all crazy, right wing, white, racist people who love
Yeah,
Trump. How many times have we heard that? Well,
Lots.
look at this video, this African American guy in Fulton County. Not just him, but there is a group. I'll use the word African Americans for Trump. He uses a different word. He chooses to use the word, and you'll hear him talk about it and say it. I'm not going to use the word, but explaining what's happening. We'll show this one first. This is if you get the other video ready after this, there's a second one too. But look at the group in Fulton County as he arrives to go turn himself in.
Yeah.
Donald Trump sees that coming in, and he is making waves. And we're also hearing he's making waves with the Latino community as well as the Black community.
Mhm.
Why do you think wide. Come on, this is.
And wait till you see the next video.
This is easy. You know what? The DOJ is. They're like, this is our only hope. We see the trends. We see the polls. We see this guy being elected for another 4 years, and he's going to wipe away everything we've done. And not only that, Vic, he's gonna turn the tables this time. You think he went in there light? He's like, I'm gonna go drain the swamp, and he went in there kind of light-handed, and he was like, try, everybody wants to like me. No, this time if he gets in there, he's going in there with a freaking shovel. He's going in there with backhoes. He's going in there with instead of a 35-foot fence on the border, it'll be a 100-foot fence on the border with he is going in there, and they know it. So the only way they can beat this guy, guys, 700 years in prison.
700 for sure.
There's only one way to beat this guy. It's 700 years. Do not mess this up.
That's why we tell people, watch us. We're going to find the videos that we can to show you. If you don't have time to go on social media and find them all yourself, you don't see national media or local media covering local groups, these groups that are out supporting Trump, as we just saw you. Here's another guy talking about the big support who came out of that group, sitting in a long line of people promoting Donald Trump.
To support President Trump. You want to know why I'm here to support President Trump? Because they done did black men like this for decades. Make up charges and put them, so I know Trump is innocent. I support Trump against this corrupt, two-tiered justice system.
Damn.
That's why I'm here to show my support as a black man for Trump. And I'm wearing my shirt, Niggas for Trump 2024, and I mean that.
What do you think about the indictment?
Oh, it's a bunch of bullshit. It's going around the country. Fannie Willis, she went to school with my sister. She full of shit. She was full of shit then. So she's a puppet for the white liberal that is controlling everything. She's in front, but the white liberal back there pulling those strings, telling her what to do. That's what I think about her, making a fool of herself.
Do you think it's going to help his election?
Of course it is. It's going to elevate him all the way. I think we should make Trump king. That's how I feel.
So true.
We should make him king.
Wouldn't that be kind of like communistic?
Nah, that's nowhere near communist. Now, we just going to make him king, but we still got our freedoms and rights for everything. He for that. Yeah, Trump for king 2024.
That's actually my URL. I own that URL.
You own that URL?
Can I get your name?
Really? Oh, my name is Niggas for Trump 2024.
I can't
Derek
write that.
Gibson, a
That's my nigga.
former candidate.
Twitter.
I'm a former candidate for New York State Governor. Derek Gibson, look me up. Nigga.
Oh my
Damn.
gosh, that was on fire.
So they did a documentary of the gangs of St. Louis. Some guy, he just wanted, not really the gangs, just the North St. Louis guys, and they all had the ARs and the guy asked me, goes, so let's talk politics. Who do you like? And they all on camera, running to the camera, said Trump.
They do.
Every single, no one
And that's
said,
honest.
No one said, no, Biden's the man.
No.
Not one of them.
There's
No.
nobody supporting him
No.
publicly.
No, I think
And that guy's legit. That's real. That's not made up. He's not paid. He's been around for a while. You hear the honesty. You hear the thought out conversation that he had.
Yeah.
And he has the answers to show you. Man.
That mugshot was the worst thing they could have done.
absolutely. I agree.
I'm telling you
And
right
it
now.
took
And
4 indictments to get one.
And Jay, listen to me, because he kind of slammed me a little bit. He said, this is not the historical picture that you think it is. Jay, this thing has got so many views right now. You're going to walk into Walmart in the next 4 days, and there's going to be 1,000 Donald Trump faces on T-shirts.
I
don't know if that's going to happen. But
There's going to be, you're going to go to Kohl's.
Damn,
you're
I
going to
hope
see
so.
the Donald Trump, the 47, and that picture on his face. On that mug, and it's going to say "Game On," and
cancel this.
And I'm telling you what, Jay, this picture is going to get so many views, and so many people are going to use this thing. Donald Trump is going to have to worry more about campaign finance because he'll make $1 trillion off of this face, and they won't know how to even deal with it. Like his campaign has $1 trillion, and we don't even know how it happened.
Right.
Because he sells his mugs at Kohl's. That's how it happened.
Right. And they did it. If they had just, Eric, you are so right. If they had just left him alone.
There you go.
It
Can you see it?
Oh, love it.
I love it right there, man.
Cancel this.
If these guys would
Look
have
at that.
treated him like a fool on MSNBC and just left him alone.
Yes.
If they would have treated him like a fool on CNN and just left him alone, this guy would be polling right now at 20%.
I agree.
Maybe 19%.
Yes.
DeSantis would be right there with him.
Joe, did you do that artwork really quick?
No, that was
Derek.
Derek. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Derek, I'll just give you some credit on that. Yeah, Eric, I couldn't agree with you anymore.
Yeah.
If you don't like Donald Trump and if you're on the left, I blame you. You blame the Democrats. You blame the DOJ. You blame Jack Smith.
Yeah.
You blame the deep state because you have elevated Donald Trump to this platform.
And I think that what you're just seeing is desperation.
Yes.
You're seeing what I'm seeing, and I'm trying to do a deep dive in my brain every single day because I come on this show and I said I'd like to see some decorum back in the president's office. I'd like to see a Ronald Reagan.
Are you changing?
No, it's not that I'm changing. I still would like to see that. But what I'm seeing more now is that the people that did all of this weird, the Hillary Gate, the Russian collusion stuff, they finally know if Trump gets in there, they're all going to be found out.
Yes.
Whatever they're hiding with Biden, whatever they're hiding with Hunter, whatever they're hiding with the CIA, the FBI, they're going to go in there with a bulldozer and they're going to figure it out.
Yes.
And they know that. And this is it. This is it.
Absolutely.
And this is all a collusion. You notice how timed out all of these indictments were. This wasn't 1 week of 4 indictments. No, this was placed over the course of months. Well, what is that?
Well, it took
That
them
is
over
collusion.
3 years to come after
Collusive.
Trump and Fulton. Come on. Over 3 years.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Oh, we got to hurry this up now after
Yeah.
3. Oh, we want this trial in October.
Yeah.
That's come on.
And for one of these damn judges, and here's another thing I'm pissed about, is not one of these judges, federal or this local guy, going, I'm smart. I went to college. I see what you guys are doing here. And making the prosecutors make the case of why this isn't some kind of political interference. That's one thing I'm super pissed about, is you have the executive branch, the president, meeting up with the judicial branch, and the judicial branch is supposed to be the check and the balance on all the branches, and that not one judge has gone, hey, morons, why is this not a banana republic that you guys are putting together? What are you doing here to where this doesn't sound political? Why isn't one of the judges playing the game?
Or looking at the full picture, Pro Joe, how about the Hillary video that I sent you? We all know that Hillary whined and cried for years.
Oh,
She's still whining and crying.
yes.
It wasn't fair. I'm going to challenge this. Stacey Abrams, I refuse to accept this, accept that. Once again, always look at the scorecard because it's easy to forget with all the stuff that gets thrown our way. Here's a little compilation of several clips of both Hillary and Stacey Abrams refusing to accept election results.
It's also critical to understand that, as I've been telling candidates who have come to see me, you can run the best campaign, you can even become the nominee, and you can have the election stolen from you.
If Stacey Abrams doesn't win in Georgia, they stole it. It's clear. It's clear. And I say that publicly, it's clear.
You can run the best campaign, you can even become the nominee, and you can have the election stolen from you.
He knows he's an illegitimate president. He knows that there were a bunch of different reasons why the election turned out the way it did.
Votes remain to be counted. There are voices that were waiting to be heard.
And I will not concede.
And I respect where you're coming from, and I respect the issues that you're raising. You're not answering the question. Do you think it was... You're not using the word legitimate.
There are still legitimate concerns over the integrity of our elections and of ensuring the principle of one person, one vote.
I agree with tens of millions of Americans who are very worried that when they cast the ballot on an electronic voting machine, that there is no paper trail to record that vote.
But constantly shifting vote tallies in Ohio and malfunctioning electronic machines, which may not have paper receipts, have led to additional loss of confidence by the public. This is their only opportunity to have this debate while the country is listening, and it is appropriate to do so.
The former president will not return, or that his political movement, which is still very strong, will not once again take power in the United States.
Well, we just have to demonstrate that he will not take power by, if he does run, making sure he, under legitimate efforts of our Constitution, does not become the next president.
Do you think we're moving towards civil war?
I mean, Trump was right.
Christine, and then you got it goes on to another part after that. But just think, all of that's been going on for the years, yet it's Donald Trump who they have to trump up charges to go after.
How could you have a legitimate debate with anybody that was defending the Biden administration?
You can't.
I mean, no, I would love to know. There are people, trust me. We're in Chesterfield, Missouri right now. There's a lot of white elite liberals that know how.
They're in the city of St. Louis too.
Really?
Oh, yes. The white liberals pushing it. T-Dubbo was in here yesterday talking about how they push a lot of the agenda in St. Louis City.
How do they do it, though? I mean,
you get into
serious.
You become an older person. You start knocking on doors, doing the job that nobody else wants to do.
Yeah.
And they guilt people in the city because a lot of people in the city now are millennials, and they were brought up by what you were talking about, like the Chesterfield elites. And now you've got them down there as millennials, and they have this white privilege guilt that really is a thing.
Yeah.
And so then they're like, oh, we got to feel sorry for the black people.
But you can't forget about Hillary and Stacey Abrams and Biden going against the election because Trump won.
Right. They went on and on.
It was worse.
I feel
Trump's phone call was fine.
Yes,
it was
fine. It was legal.
It was legal and it was right.
Yeah. Yeah.
and
it was like
I'm
I'm looking for some dirt on this clown. His name is Biden, and he's been taking money from you guys. Do you guys know anything about that? That's as legitimate today, if not more so than yesterday. Or what? You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like everything that he has done is look. The whole dossier thing, that was election interference. Everything.
Of course it was.
Everything for the last 5.5, 6 years has been election interference on this guy. I mean, it's everything that they bitch about, you have been doing under the cloak of darkness.
And then I'm just telling, and it's not just the white people that are supporting, quote, Trump that he has. As we showed you, all of those black groups, Hispanic groups now too, they're legal, the legals.
Yes.
Legal ethnic groups, legal minorities are supporting Trump. And you see it, and even bigger because I'm telling you what, they smell bullshit.
When do they start?
When
do they start the legitimate polling, like AP, Politico?
Is that legitimate polling?
No,
anymore?
I'm wondering. There's a time.
I don't know what's legitimate anymore.
It's like when you look at the trends every week. When does that start? Does that start in the beginning of the year?
It's already began. You mean head-to-head stuff?
Yeah,
depending upon the polling, it's already began because here's the reason: there's money to be made. If you do a poll, you can sell the information.
Yeah.
So it's all about money. Everything. I mean, Fox News had a poll today from some group I've never even heard of trying to say that Ron DeSantis won the debate, that Nikki Haley gained 18 percentage points, and Donald Trump lost support. And I'm like, what? And then, of course, that's all Fox News talked about this morning for a 20-minute segment.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who is this group?
Okay, well, that's fair.
The polling?
Because you have to just the sources are important. When does the Donald Trump stadium tour start?
Oh, it already has.
Yeah, I think it's already
started in Fulton County.
Yeah, there you go. He's had some rallies, but they're going to stop.
Oh my God, what a great point, Eric.
I'm just wondering.
They're going to be massive.
I'm wondering if he can beat Taylor Swift.
I think he can now. I think because of that mugshot, I think he can.
Do you think Trump can walk into? Do you think Trump can walk into Philadelphia right now and beat Taylor Swift?
Yes, I absolutely do.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, even Joe said without a doubt.
He comes to St. Louis and sells out Busch Stadium.
I think he could. Even St. Louis, because there's so many outlying areas that would even come here, and he could fill Busch Stadium. No doubt.
Freaking Biden couldn't even sell out Ruth Chris Steakhouse.
Well, there's no. There's no.
No, he can't even give away free French fries, and people wouldn't come.
No,
there's no energy there. There's no support. It's like him. It's just.
I mean,
I would like go the guy shuffling across stage.
I would go see Biden at the comedy club.
Yes, good point.
I would love to see that. I would just say, here, just do a show and then just stumble all over anything.
But the people who are so against Trump, they don't even realize what it's like. Their whole life has just become. It's all like, oh my God!
And it's the creepiest thing you've ever seen. Did you guys see yesterday Hunter Biden coming out the back of that restaurant?
No, I didn't. What happened?
They're in Lake Tahoe right now on some kind of
another vacation,
and they know. Look, if you're a legitimate family, if you are the Kennedys back in the 60s, the son of the Kennedys doesn't come stumbling out of the back of a restaurant because they can't be caught with the optics of this loser son with the president of the United States. So they snuck his ass out the back door and then snuck him into the limo. That's how this family is operating right now.
Under the cover of darkness.
Yes. That's the worst thing. It's like your family sucks balls so hard that you got to sneak your damn crack addict, junkie of a son out the back so that the media can't take a picture of you guys together.
Correct.
It's like the Gambinos
know.
It's unbelievable.
And Tito,
just somebody asked them, I just need to know, Biden, where the hell did you get $5 million from? You didn't write no damn book.
Right. No, he can't write a book.
You didn't write a book. I mean, where did you get the cash? Where did you get the beach home from? Just tell us where you got that from.
We already know. There's nothing. There's no excitement. There's no energy. There's nothing going on with the Biden campaign. We get it, which is why, Eric, I still don't think he's going to be running. There's no way.
He's running. He has to run. He has no choice.
I still think something crazy is going to happen where somebody else will run.
It doesn't matter.
Trump is not sitting in a jail cell.
There's two guys trying
and
to
is
run.
still breathing. They can't beat Trump. I'm sorry, they can't.
They don't have anyone that can beat Trump. Not even California, dude. He can't beat him either.
I'm telling you, man. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go see Star Wars 1. Go see Obi-Wan Kenobi. And the night when he took the lightsaber right to the gut, that's exactly where Trump is right now.
Yeah,
that's it. He's Obi-Wan Kenobi right now.
What do you mean? I'm trying to get the analogy. Did he already take the light?
He's the Force.
Well, he took it to the gut?
Oh, yeah. Obi-Wan was not that powerful when he was alive, but when he died, he went straight to the Force.
Yes. He's definitely taking it in the gut for us every day.
This mugshot, people, mugshot was the lightsaber to the gut. And I'm telling you right now, he is the Force. He doesn't have to do a debate. He doesn't have to talk to the media. He just shows up at an arena or at a stadium, and they say, and then the people love him. He is now in pop culture. He is pop culture.
Correct.
You guys are not hearing me. You're not listening.
He is.
He's not a politician right now.
No, you're exactly right. And that's what gets the votes.
Yes.
Is pop culture.
Yes.
And he's become pop culture with all of these attacks. You're absolutely right.
Do you remember
that's why they want him in prison.
Do you remember the
jail time?
Do you remember the t-shirt from Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction?
Yes. Oh, yeah. That was a big pop culture
That's
thing.
what that picture is going to be.
Yes. Absolutely. You're absolutely right on that.
People, you know what, to be honest with you, Guns N' Roses kind of sucks. But the imagery of Guns N' Roses was killer.
You're right. I didn't ever like them back in the day, but then after that happened. No, I didn't. I didn't like them back in the day.
Come on, everybody.
I really didn't. That much.
Welcome to the Jungle. Fine, that was all right.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, what was so popular about that band was the imagery.
They were a damn good band.
Stop it.
Yeah, just stop. They're okay now. They're better now, but they weren't. I only liked it that this whole thing happened in the stadium.
Yeah. This is the new day, guys. I didn't have a chance to listen to you guys yesterday. I wish I would have. But I'll bet you guys were like, "Oh, this picture is we're going to see this in Kohl's, aren't we?"
We know. We were talking about
we're going to see this in Marshall's.
See it in Marshall's.
Oh my God, you're going
to see it on Amazon.
They're going to have Trump fruit roll-ups now with that picture.
Allegedly, you're going to see it in the cancelthisshow.com merchandise section.
It is coming. It's already being worked on. Yes.
And you know what's so funny about it?
On right now
is both sides will use it.
They will. Both sides will use it.
So
making it even more pop culture.
The MSNBCers are going to use it.
They already have begun. CNN was mocking it, saying this guy just doesn't get it. They took it as the concept of, well, this is how bad he is. He's like trying to make a mockery of the charges, these serious charges. He's going to prison, and he and his followers, his minions, are so lost they don't get it. But of course, this is media led, and most, even uneducated voters or uneducated Americans are like, they get it. They know there's an attack going on. They know. I mean, you don't go after somebody 4 freaking times and nothing sticks. I think people get it. Whether they want to accept it is a different thing.
Eddie Jones, he took a swing from the batter's box and put one over the wall.
What did he say?
He said Trump Vivek.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people that want that.
I'm telling you, man.
Yes.
That's not a bad one. I didn't even think about that.
I think he's going Tim Scott or a female.
Well, you couldn't do any better than Nikki Haley. That's for sure. She would destroy.
Well, I haven't heard her really rip him a lot.
She did for a little while.
They all
She
do in their
does.
own little weird
Yeah.
way, but Vivek does not. Vivek
He's the only one that hasn't, and Carrie Lake, who's not a candidate.
Right.
Correct.
Carrie Lake.
Oh, Carrie Lake. That would have been my
She's
girl
his
for
biggest
sure.
political supporter, even though
Yes.
she's not in an office right now.
Yeah, she loves him a lot. I would have loved to have seen
Isn't this
that.
fun? We're already doing the pregame.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Because it's almost September.
Yeah.
September 2023.
Yeah.
Just under a year away.
Yeah.
So much other stuff is going to happen, including a new Democratic candidate.
Yeah.
Kristi Noem. That's another one.
Yeah, Kristi Noem. Yeah, I love Kristi Noem.
Man,
too.
Kristi Noem's putting a multi-million-dollar ad budget together for South Dakota right now. We see her all the time.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's doing that for a reason.
DRC says Nikki is a deep stater. Don't forget that. And then, of course, people talking about Vivek, and of course, his accepting Soros money for scholarship and being a plant. I mean, we get everything. We run the gamut on this show of opinions. That's for sure.
Yeah, you got to understand something, people. The people that have moved the Democratic Party to where it's unrecognizable are some of the most extreme people you've ever met in your life. AOC, Bernie Sanders. I mean, there's a whole host.
How about Barack Obama?
I mean,
It started with Barack Obama.
Barack Obama, Cory Bush. So these people's, you have to understand, when you fight a battle, you have a scale. And when you're trying to be playing in the rules and the other ones are not,
right?
Carrie Lake, who he just brought up, that's a Trumper. That's a Trumper.
She is definitely a Trumper.
There's some serious. Margie is a.
She's a Trumper.
She's a Trumper.
Yes.
You need to offset those people.
Yes.
So they're not a bad thing anymore. Listen to me. The people that are like you guys are talking about on the chat line, the rhinos, the Chris Christies, the Nikki.
The Nikki Haley is definitely a warmonger.
You don't need those people right now. I'm sorry.
I agree.
I'm sorry, guys. You need to offset the craziness on the left. You just
do.
have to.
You do.
Carrie Lake, I forgot about. She's hard as core as anybody I've ever met.
She is.
And she's well spoken. That's who you need.
Yeah.
And Donald Trump is the king of the offsets.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
He
which is why it
absolutely
makes
is.
sense. It totally
You
makes
cannot
sense.
have a Mitt Romney this cycle. You cannot have.
No.
As much as I love Tim Scott and as much as I kind of was pushing for him, he's too happy.
Yeah.
He's too much of a happy warrior. We can do this, guys. No, you can't. Theyese guys are they're like termites.
Yeah.
They're like army ants.
They are.
More like the army ants.
One termite's not going to take down your house, but 1 billion is going to, and that's what they have. They have a ton of these Democrats, and they're lockstep.
They're roaches. They're little roaches
Yeah.
is what they are.
So
Yeah.
my brain is starting to see what's happening here, what needs to be done, and I'm afraid that you just cannot have milk toast on this election cycle.
Right.
No, you can't.
You can't.
Hey, Projo, did we have any other Trump video, Trump supporters, Trump anything? I couldn't remember. We had sent you so many videos. Some of that stuff was pretty damn funny that I know that we had seen. I'm trying to remember what this was. Oh gosh, I have to show this, guys. It's a Friday free for all. This was funny.
Is a good one.
And it made me laugh because now Fox News was trying to promote polling this morning where Ron DeSantis was doing so well after the debate. And I'm like, okay.
And he did. They all did well.
He did fine. He spoke for about 9 minutes at a 2-hour platform. He's trying to tell everybody, if we get fewer candidates, I will shine. I need fewer candidates on stage.
It sucks to be you, I guess.
But here's the problem that he's always going to have is that he'll never beat Trump. And this was released.
The only way he'll beat Trump is if Trump says, "This is my boy. Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm out. You got to vote for him."
Where he passes the
torch. Yeah.
And I don't think he's going to do it. But this was funny because this is Donald totally trolling Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis ad for Donald Trump.
I want to thank him for what he's done to fight terrorism. I want to thank him for what he's done for our military. I want to thank him for what he has done to stand by our veterans. I want to thank him for what he's done for our economy.
Trump has almost the entire media against him. Fake news day after day after day. He's facing opposition unlike any other president we've seen. And he is standing tall for us.
I think even his worst critic would say he's been somebody that has been determined to keep the promises he made.
Donald Trump wrote The Art of the Deal. He knows how to negotiate it. And I think that Donald Trump
has done a better job appointing judges to both the U.S. Supreme Court and the Appeals Court than any other president in my lifetime, including one of my heroes, Ronald Reagan. So God bless Donald Trump for doing that. Is this Trump country or what?
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Is this Trump country or what?
Yes.
You might get chills.
I did get chills.
Maybe
and
it was the music. I don't know.
It was the music and all that. And you know what, Eric? It makes me sad because if DeSantis had just stayed in his lane, he could have been the VP and he would have been the president. And
maybe not the VP, but definitely for future.
Yeah, well, he would have been it, in 2028. And now he kind of screwed the pooch. I mean, it's
You know
sad.
what's so funny is actually Trump saying, this is another thing to think about. Trump being all over this election was stolen and continuing it.
Yes.
Every time he went on to Brett Baer or any show, he goes, the election was stolen. It has now made his case because you have to choose. You have to prove criminal intent going into Georgia, or Georgia has to prove criminal intent. And he has been consistently saying, I think that's freedom of speech.
Yeah.
This case should be thrown out immediately.
Correct.
Just off of his public record.
Friend of the show, Nick Shore, State Senator. He comes on. We can. Nick, you can come on whenever you want to.
Love Nick Shore. Love him.
Said that we need a Fulton County mugshot.
Dude, absolutely.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, Vic needs one.
I don't know what he means by that.
Like you need a mugshot.
You need your own mugshot. We got a green screen right over there.
Yeah, let's get a mugshot.
Come on.
No,
yes, absolutely. But I agree.
That's all right.
I agree with you, Eric. They're now going to have to prove it. They're going to have to prove it.
Trump already proved.
He did.
My mindset's this.
Yeah.
Those ballot boxes were rigged.
Yes.
He has people that can back him up. Carrie Lake's been saying the same thing. Hell, Hillary says this. All he has to do is go, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I have freedom of speech. The election was rigged.
He's been saying that, but most media won't cover it.
It doesn't matter. Now they're going to do it in a court of law, and he's going to win that one slam dunk.
Yeah.
Not to mention RICO charges. That is like a criminal enterprise.
Yeah.
You have to have criminal. You have to gain something criminally.
He also hired the best national attorney when it comes to RICO charges, who has successfully defended like 3 or 4 different rappers already.
So
he's like cases thrown out. This is a circus. The clowns are all there. I mean, it's all for TV, just like the Mar-a-Lago raid. Let's put it on CNN. Let's make it a big spectacle. Trump arrives with 18 cars to turn himself in, video cameras running. We've got our, of course, black groups there standing on the side to promote Donald Trump, not to attack him, but to welcome him to Fulton County, which, by the way, has been a notorious Democrat stronghold in this nation.
I would love to have Nick on the show right now, not as one of our prized politicians in Missouri, but as a lawyer.
Yes.
Or I would like to have any lawyer, Al Watkins, come on here and explain the case that the state needs to make against Trump to put him in jail for 700 years. I would love, this is what they're going to have to do. They're going to have recordings. They're going to have to say, look, guys, I know that I didn't steal this thing, but we got to go invent 20,000 ballots. Does anybody have any paper? Let's invent 20,000 ballots and go stuff some boxes and show. No, this guy was legitimately looking for the ballots that he thought he had won. Right?
Right.
He's like, guys, we won this thing. This was stolen from us. Go find where these things are.
Yeah.
That's freedom of speech.
That is freedom.
I need a lawyer on this show right now.
Well,
Joe, go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We've talked about him.
Yes.
We
talked to Brad?
We had Brad on.
Okay, I didn't hear the Brad show.
Yeah, Brad talked about it.
And it needs to be here. You know when you do,
here's the problem.
You know what you do when you talk to ChatGPT?
Even Alan Dershowitz broke it down, and we ran his sound. He's not a Trump supporter, and he said it. He's not. I'm some hardcore Republican. He said this is a joke. It's not a good case. It's only going to clog up systems, and it's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's a hit job by the Biden DOJ and Jack Smith and whoever else has joined the team. And that's why we are where we are right now. And of course, we're all talking about it, and illegals are running across the border. Inflation is, while it's not as bad as it was, it's still bad. You got other countries trying to tear us down with bricks. I mean, there's so many things going on. Crime is still bad in big cities. And it's like, oh, Donald Trump, he's showing up to turn himself in again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know why it's so bad? It's like this. I don't know if you guys use ChatGPT. Do you?
I
Every
have,
now
but
I
I
use
have.
it occasionally.
So ChatGPT.
Nick is in a meeting, or he would join
Okay.
us right now. But
tell the governor we said hi.
He's in a boring ass meeting. And he said, or he would jump in on the show right now.
Well, maybe he can just. So when you ask ChatGPT, you can ask it a question, and it will give you a very involved answer. And most people in this country, their eyes gloss over.
Mm-hmm.
So what you do,
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT, explain what the state of Missouri or the state of Georgia has to do to convict Donald Trump, and speak to me like I'm a second grader.
Yeah,
and then
that
it
would
will
be good.
dumb it. And that's what we have to do in this country.
Yes,
is we need
dumb
to
it down.
explain to the morons out there what it actually takes to indict Trump on any of these charges, because it's actually very complicated.
Mm-hmm.
You're not, just because you're indicted in Fulton County does not mean that they have a slam dunk on anything.
Can somebody explain this to me again? And because maybe I'm just not intelligent on this. I heard Christie refer to him as ChatGTP gone bad to Vivek. Why? Yes. What is the analogy?
Well, ChatGPT is a very okay. I did actually understand that. ChatGPT is a very precise language. It's a scientific.
Are
algorithm.
you still dating Bing?
Yeah, me and Bing go. We've been going to Pizza Hut.
Okay,
but it's very precise. It's very. It's what the millennials use for almost everything. It doesn't have a lot of heart in the way that it speaks to you. And I think that's what Christie was saying, is like, this isn't off the cuff. This is Vivek's ChatGPT fast computer brain talking to the American people. And I actually understood what he was saying. But we're in a world of ChatGPT. We don't need a bunch of overweight morons on the stage, fucking trying to tell the good people of the world how to think.
Yes, good job, Eric, telling it exactly like it is.
Will the liberals use the Black Americans at Trump mugshot and call those individuals actors? Oh, the video we showed.
Oh, for sure.
They're not actors.
No, they're not. But they could say that. Danny's right. They won't even
they won't give Trump the coverage, or that group the coverage, in a heartbeat. It won't happen.
No, it won't.
Oh, it's just Donald Trump arrived, convicted 4 times, or charged 4 times, even though he's being treated as if he's been convicted, and he's dirty, and he's guilty.
Yeah.
Oh, the headlines.
Anyway, you could go on this topic for a year?
Oh,
and not even. We are going to be on it for a year.
Yeah, we are.
Or at least it looks that way.
Yeah, but the next news cycle, I don't know who's going to do it, needs to talk to the American people like we're a bunch of idiots, because we are, and that's okay, because we focus on other things other than politics. But you have to explain to the other people, Trump wasn't convicted of anything. He was the liberal, the most extreme liberals basically took a shot at him across the bow, trying to convict him of something that he was completely innocent of. And that's what the next round of all of this communications is. You need to explain to people. Now, the document stuff I don't know so much about, but everything else that I'm aware of is completely illegitimate. And these judges need to stand up and say, I need to understand why this is not political.
Right. Do you think they will do that, though?
No, I don't.
I don't either.
But they're the check. They're the ones that can go, I've literally had enough of this. I don't know, until you prove to me how this isn't a election interference thing. We're done here.
Right.
I would love to see that.
I would love to see that too.
This is cancelthisshow.com. Vic Faust, Lizzie Sparks, Eric Johnson, Projo in the house. Okay, we want to say thanks to Complete Auto Body Repair, our main show sponsor, 7 locations, climate controlled. That would be nice today. Climate controlled, where you get to work in air conditioning. We're not. That's fine. We work and we do our best. They're looking for employees. A guy went in for an interview last week after listening to the show to work in their auto body shop. So lots of our viewers and listeners in the St. Louis metropolitan area going into Complete, everything in your car, A to Z, plus hiring. You're not going to work for a better company than Complete. Strategic Air Services, the best in luxury flying, private flying. Strategic Air Services. You can go to strategicairservices.net, strategicairservices.net. You can learn more about them on our website as well at cancelthisshow.com. Of course, Experience Realty Partners, Kathy Helbig-Strick, Steve Strick. When it comes to realty, if you're thinking about selling a home, if you're thinking about buying a home, you're not going to find anybody better throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area and their contacts all across the country. Give Kathy and her team a call, 314-276-SOLD. That's 314-276-SOLD if you have a mortgage question. You can also give Steve Strick a call. That is at New American Funding. And the phone number for Steve is 314-374-0770. Greenlight Dispensary. They're the baddest ass dispensary you're going to find. One of the best in the country, as a matter of fact. Most dispensaries in the state of Missouri, they have the best products because they have the biggest selection and they're able to give you the best prices. And you can go ahead and download the coupon that you see on our screen. If you're an audio listener, you can go to our website and you can download the coupon for Cancel This. You can take it in and get a discount on your products. And Rockwood Charcoal, it's the best in the country. If you don't believe us, try it out. Jonathan Heslip and crew, the charcoal breaks apart in your hand. And as he tells us, the best charcoal is made in the state of Missouri because of the trees that we have here in the state. So thanks to all of our sponsors. We're always looking for more sponsors, advertisers, partners. If you know of anybody, let us know. Our partners enjoy working with us and are starting to get calls. They're starting to hear from our viewers and our listeners throughout the area and for our national brands across the country. This is Cancel This, cancelthisshow.com. Projo's here. Eric's here. Lizzie's here. I'm Vic Faust. I'm here as well. We have first of all, like, subscribe, share the show whenever you can. We appreciate you guys jumping in. You can get on all of the platforms, find a platform that works for you, whether it's a viewing platform or a listening platform. Okay. As if the conspiracy theory stuff wasn't enough with all the Donald Trump things that are going on. One thing that has not changed in regards to questions after questions after questions is what the hell is going on in Maui. Mm-hmm. It has taken another turn. The first thing we want to do is show you this video of Maui and just some of the craziness. We've shown several of them of what's happening there, and then tell you what the Maui government has now done and what they're alleging. But just another look from Maui.
I'm going to show you guys a video here of Jack Hibbs, who is a pastor in Southern California. Now, the news media outlets aren't going to show you. They're not going to tell you. The administration over there in Maui is not going to say anything, as they haven't been for almost 2 weeks. So here are the numbers that Pastor Jack Hibbs has so far accumulated from everybody over there, and also the locals putting things in and other administrations. Here's the video.
Right now in the news, but on a neighboring island of Lanai, they found 183 bodies washed ashore there. There's 800 as of today reported missing. There are many hundreds that are being refrigerated right now, trying to get ID. They're asking people on the island to provide their DNA so they can match DNA to others. Outside the media, they're expecting this to reach almost 2,000 people in death toll. This is right up there among the worst, if not the worst, since us becoming a nation as fires go. 85 Paradise, and that was considered the...
So you think about that, of what's going on and how many people actually died. Well, now we're starting to get word, and this is, it's just sad when you think of everything that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Maui is now saying the death toll could be as high as 400 people. Or at least 400 people are still unaccounted for in Maui after the deadly wildfires. There's no way this should have happened. No freaking way. Nope. It's almost as if it was intentional and people were directed to stay in the midst of harm instead of to get away from it. We've talked about it all week.
Yeah, but what's the payoff for anybody? I don't understand.
A land grab.
Is that all it is a land grab?
I think they're that
That's
evil.
The only thing it could be.
So Oprah wanted it? Or something?
Yeah, I think so. I think Oprah wanted it. Obama, the government,
let's see who
BlackRock.
Let's see who buys it.
Well, when it's still their land, right? Fire doesn't.
Well, there can be some of those eminent domain situations where government can take over.
Yes.
If said person or if said tenant can't handle a price, can't do something, and if it's a destruction area.
I understand that, but at the same time, that plot of land was plotted out, and they do have rights to that land, and any eminent domain land grab under this situation would be suicide for them.
Well, you would think so. Right. You would think
Yeah,
so.
you
It's
would think
because it's
so.
being publicized. And there are individuals who are trying to bring that information out who live over there and talking about how it doesn't, or David says Hawaii doesn't have eminent domain due to the indigenous laws.
Yeah.
But
Correct.
but the governor, Josh Green, declared a sort of right 30 days before or 2 months before the fire happened, where the governor can go in and take over land. It may not be called eminent domain, but something's there, Dave, if you wanted to look that up or if you see it, if you had time to let us know.
I'm going to have to reserve right to judgment on this one because that seems very
The 15-minute cities. I mean, we talked about how they had the 15-minute city meeting in January in Maui. Then the digital AI meeting is scheduled for September in Maui. So how Maui could come in and become an AI city where AI is used in government. I mean, it's all just fascinating.
It's fascinating. So what you're telling me is they were prepared to kill a bunch of people for a bunch of elite billionaires to come in there and have some lakefront or some oceanfront property.
What do you think?
I absolutely believe.
What do you
that
think
that's
happened?
Wow.
Yes.
Really?
Well,
yes.
What do you think happened with 9/11?
This is Friday, guys. Keep my mind on track.
That's where Friday.
It's free for all. Blow your mind.
This is the same government and governments that have hurt people, hurt the black race, conducted experiments on us, unknowing.
St. Louis.
Exactly.
The ones downtown.
You just you can never think that the government won't be trying something on us.
Well, and Eric, the thing of it is
COVID.
Yeah, right.
The
same
cupcake.
thing. The same thing.
The cupcake. Eric, I'm telling you,
I think
it's hard for we want to think that everything's just.
It's not.
I tell you what, government, you better make it 1,000 years in prison because this guy is going to turn over some rocks.
Yes.
This is a bowl in the china shop. If
what are you talking about?
Trump.
If Trump gets back in office,
this is a bowl in the china shop.
Yes. And
this needs to be an international I'll tell you what, I've heard the word revolution now probably a dozen times in the last 3 days.
More than
civil.
I can't believe I'm hearing that. I swear to God. Remember when I said your only revolution is going to be U-Haul trucks? Remember that? You're going to move to wherever you think. I have now heard that word more times than I'm comfortable with in the last 4 days.
It is going to come to that because when you figure in Hawaii, we don't know exactly how it happened. I do think there was direct energy weapons there, but if they weren't, the least part of it, Eric, is they literally shut the water down so that the place is burning and they can't like even hose it out.
They've admitted that much too.
They have admitted it, and they barricaded these people in so they couldn't get out. And the only ones that got out defied the government. And that's what I said earlier is we have to defy the government with COVID, land, all of it.
And then the no comment from our beloved leader.
Correct. Yeah, he didn't say anything.
Well, he showed up 13 days late and a lot of the locals were flipping him off. And of course, he was saying, well, I had a house burned down. No, he didn't. He lied about that. He was lost on stage. He didn't know what water was. He shuffled across the stage.
Yes.
But now Maui, it comes out this morning, and I knew this was going to come. They can't just sit back. Now, the government of Maui County, filed a lawsuit against a Hawaiian electric company and all of its subsidiaries, alleging that the utility company's negligence caused the devastating wildfires that burned thousands of acres of land. So now they're saying, it was this company. It was an electric company. They said that the company known as HECO, HECO, inexcusably kept their power lines energized in early August, despite the fact that the National Weather Service issued a high wind watch and fire warning. So they're trying to blame it on global warming. Oh, well, we had our lines up and that's what started the fire.
Nope.
And it knocked the lines down and that's what started the fire.
And it might have been.
I'm not buying it.
It might have been actually that would. Yes. I mean, whatever the ignition of these things is doesn't really matter that much. And the fact that it has nothing to do with global warming, because what a fire is it basically finds fuel and it just burns.
Yes.
You didn't clear these forests out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have fire lines drawn, like in California. They didn't do that either.
Right.
And when you have more population in these places than you did in the 50s, 40s, and 60s, you're going to have wildfires that affect more people. There is no global warming aspect to this. Wind happens when you have tropical storms.
Mhm.
That's what fed the flames.
Right.
Now-
and they can and they just, that's the only thing they got is to say to people, climate change. That's all they got. But they don't even believe it. They
Here's
don't
the other
believe it.
thing that it's an empty lawsuit and they know it's not going to go anywhere.
Mhm.
And this is why I don't believe it, Eric, because even the Hawaiian Electric's vice president said that, listen, the government knows we've never had a formal shutoff program in place. There's a precautionary shutoff that can be arranged if first responders come to us and we do this. This is all in the books. He says electricity powers the pumps that provide the water needed for firefighting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all a farce. It's a lie. It's a
Yes.
joke. And it's just for a headline so they can say, well, it was an accident. It's the power line's fault. And you're talking about billions of dollars in losses?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. Who's going to pay that lawsuit? Who's going to pay the money there?
Yeah, I don't know. These are the kind of things that I just don't know.
Have you seen the lasers over the blue that were not torched there? Blue roofs, blue
Yes.
anything.
Yeah.
They didn't catch on
What
fire.
are you talking about?
You've missed our videos this week, Eric.
Can somebody bring me up a blue video?
We've shown what lasers don't burn blue.
Yeah. And if people that had blue roofs,
I've just learned about directed energy weapons in the last week and a half, Eric, that
Yes.
we've had in this country, lasers that are put on.
So you're saying what does the lasers have to do with the fires in Maui? I don't know.
Because they are like precision hitting particular places.
Eric, it's a Friday. It's a free-for-all
Yeah.
conspiratorial Friday.
What
is
the
it
hell's
possible?
going on around here?
Is
Can I
it
see this,
possible?
please?
Is it possible
He's going to look for it.
that a laser, whether intentional or misdirected, hit somewhere on the island?
Yes. And
A
Oprah
laser?
changed. Yeah.
Is it possible?
From an airplane?
Is it possible?
From where?
From an airplane.
Yes. Yes. It's so criminal. And like
Angie
Aaron
says
brought-
we've had laser weapons for years.
Yeah, no doubt
at
we
least
have.
since the
Aaron
80s.
says, Eric, yes, Chinese space lasers.
Mm-hmm.
Directed energy weapons. Oprah's roof was blue. Her house, nothing happened to her house.
And I think a roof had been a different color.
They were new. Eric, look at all the comments. I was late to the party, dude.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on here?
It's a Friday.
Eric Johnson playing the part of the idiot.
We've had now just
Well,
lasers since the
it's not that you're an
60s.
idiot. Nobody's wants to think. that
Eric,
literally they're
Nick
gonna
Shore,
torch.
Missouri
Yes.
state senator, chiming in,
Yes.
telling you months ago there were lasers seen and recorded in Hawaii. People thought NASA was doing it, but the government said it was China.
And if it was China, say it was China. Okay, say it was. They still killed these people by having no water purposely and barricading them in. This is a purposeful thing. These people are absolutely satanic.
Robert says, Eric, UNN reports energy weapons below ground. I mean, this is what I'm telling you. All of the stuff that comes in, that these things were going on. Abe says, they say that direct energy weapons started the fires. There are 2 labs, one in New Mexico, one in Maui.
There you go. There you go. I've heard that too. I've
So
heard
this
land
se-
grabs, and I've heard
What kind of video do you have for Eric? What is this one?
Oh boy.
Okay.
go.
Viagra?
Viagra in Hawaii.
Yeah, baby.
All right.
Light that up.
what you're saying is there was no forest fire then, because fire isn't a laser.
There you go.
Right. They want you to think it's a forest
Look at the cars
fire.
incinerated. Look at some like animals that they found. They weren't burned through. It was almost as if they didn't explode. I know it sounds gross. It didn't look like a normal forest fire. And what happens to animals, what happens to vegetation. That's why.
So that was so if a laser hits and you're annihilated, that's instant. So, but we saw the fires, right?
Yeah, we saw some. We definitely did. We saw.
Oh yeah, no, they were burning.
Yeah, they were burning.
I mean, I think
what's beginning the fire? What's starting it?
It was an electrical malfunction.
You think it was?
Yeah, I know it was.
It just happens to be where, despite the conferences that are going on,
maybe I don't know about that.
Despite the celebrities that live there, none of their homes 7 of them, none of their homes were hit.
I've got the RoboCop video, the one that refers to RoboCop.
You know, let's do that again. Eric loves the 80s. Eric from RoboCop. I just want to show you 1987.
Oh, yeah.
There's a report, like they're doing their news report on what just happened to a city in California.
Here we go.
Wong. Top story, Santa Barbara. 10,000 acres of wooded residential land were scorched in an instant when a laser cannon aboard the Strategic Defense Peace Platform misfired today during routine startup tests. Casey?
Yes, it was a day of mourning for the families of 113 people known dead at this hour. Among them, 2 former United States presidents who had retired in the Santa Barbara area. A day of mourning for a country.
What?
In 1987,
87?
talking about directed energy weapons causing a catastrophe in Santa Barbara.
Okay, I'm not. Here's the one. Is anybody in this room more surprised? More surprised about the church that wasn't burned in the middle of all that?
No, that was great. That was awesome.
I think that's great. I think that's great.
Is anybody in this room if you really want to spend your time focusing on something good, and the church was the object, the symbol of this was a catastrophe, but I'm still here, kind of a moment.
That God is still here. I think that's profound.
Nothing in the church was singed. It was perfect. Granted, I think it was a stone building, but there's so much stuff that was annihilated in that fire.
Yes.
And so you can have all the Oprah Winfrey blue roof stuff that you want, but I focus on that kind of stuff. Like, if this doesn't prove something, whatever it is to you, it proves it. I looked at that picture probably for an hour.
Yes.
Just saying, how is this possible?
Yeah. And
divine
a good question,
intervention.
Terry said, did it have a blue roof? I don't think it did.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, I don't. So that goes to your point, Eric. That's a
God's
miracle.
house. No,
that is God's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That can be. But Eric, now that you see some of these things, trust me, I started to learn about directed energy weapons as well just in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But on the very first day we had the fires, I told Lizzie, and I said on the show, I said, this stuff's not adding up.
Well,
not this,
it
not
doesn't
how.
add up.
Reagan.
None of it made sense.
Reagan was the guy that started the Star Wars program. And that was basically, if you remember, it was lasers underneath the 747. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the same thing. That's kind of, it was like, if you're going to put a missile into orbit, we have a laser that's going to take out your missile. That's how it worked, right?
Yeah.
So it's been around for going on 40 some odd years at this point. You figure that they have technology that can amp up these lasers to the heat of the sun. So it makes sense. Every time you guys bring up one of these dumbass conspiracies, it makes sense to me. It's not.
Dude, Kamala Harris even talked about depopulation with lasers and not missiles.
What?
Yeah.
There was a quote. It was on Fox News. It was in 2022. I think she said at the end of 2022, I believe. Rob just was talking about that, and I remember that because I was like, "Damn,
that's unbelievable."
Yes, it is.
I do know that, like during the
you walking out to your fancy BMW, dude, you got to be careful. Looking in the sky.
I remember at the WTO, I lived in Seattle during that whole thing. And I wasn't into politics really back then, 1990 something. I can't remember what the year was. One of the things I go, why do you guys hate the WTO World Trade? It's commerce. And they go, these are the people that want to depopulate the earth.
Correct.
All the way back then I heard it. I go, what?
Yeah.
So it always falls down to me. It's like there's a group of people that are decades ahead
For sure.
Of the game. And these were people that were decades ahead of the game that we all looked at as kooky back then.
We did.
So now I look at you when you guys do this stuff. I'm like, you guys are kooky. And then I remember those people back at the WTO predicting what they predicted, and it all came true.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that this is all true, no matter how it started, whether it was direct energy, whether it was an electrical fire, their response time is so unforgivable that these people were trapped
Okay,
there.
but can I ask you this? Because it's Anything Goes Friday, and I love it.
Yes.
Is it logical also to make part of the equation that it was one of these transformer blowing up on a highly dense wooded area?
Just by chance?
Just by chance. And you happen to have 60 to 80 mile an hour winds that was fanning this thing, making it a very fast moving fire. Is that not part of the equation as well?
That could
show
be.
you what it is right now.
Okay, show us.
Man, Projo scares me sometimes.
You need to be afraid. Be very afraid of Projo. Be very afraid.
That's the directed energy weapon underneath the plane installed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a simple process, but it takes a lot of effort putting it inside.
Damn. Yeah, I wouldn't want to see that thing showing up in O'Fallon.
No, you wouldn't. Well, would you?
Mm-mm.
You don't want that showing up in your air show.
No. Wouldn't that be freaky if it showed up at the air show?
That would be
my
an air
gosh.
show.
Yeah.
Right there.
But say Eric, back to your point. Say it was an electrical fire and it was big high winds and all that.
Mm.
So at the very least, it shows that Democrat cities are just inept. Because I don't believe that, but just say it just blew up and then these winds came around and then also they don't have any water and then their stupid idiots don't let these people get out, that they put barricades up and tons of children are missing. So say this really all happened as a natural, quote, disaster, as they're saying.
Right.
Maybe, I don't think so, but if it was, Democrats...
Not by chance, Eric.
No.
Not every
Well, it
bad
just shows
thing that happened, which is why at bare minimum, if a transformer blows up,
yeah,
I think it's intentional. And I think the plan afterwards was intentional. This was not all by chance, in my humble opinion, because there's too much bad that occurred and people being forced or told to do this, which would have put them in harm's way.
Yes.
Water not being available. Oh, gee. And now we've got, and I know that there are some bad companies trying to take people's land, but we're starting to get video from the locals going, wait a second, none of this stuff was right. When I start to see the locals posting videos who had their houses burned or loved ones lost, going, none of this stuff is adding up. It's not right. We're being told we can't stand in lines to get help anymore.
Right.
Videos being released of police saying, we don't know why we're telling you to get out of line, but we have higher orders telling you to get out of line. Now a lawsuit's filed against a electrical company. Well, it was global warming because of the winds. It started. It's just too much.
Yeah. I think that I always wondered, is Biden saying no comment because someone said don't have a comment on this because they know what's up? And that was a Freudian slip or some kind of a slip that he made up. Like, I can't make a comment because this is like we're trying to do something to y'all.
For sure.
Kevin says, hey, when I look at your guys' 3-shot, as you guys have from your set, he's like, no wonder there's so much blue in there.
Yeah, good point. We're safe.
Protect us.
That's right. That's why we're so blue.
Protect
we wear
us from
blue
laser.
a lot.
But we're going to continue to follow that Maui situation and what happened. But we have something else that Projo brought to our attention because it is a Friday. And September 23rd. Is it a date for anybody? Does anybody have any special things on September 23rd in their life?
Yeah, it's Restless.
Wait.
Restless Legs Day.
What do you mean?
I don't know, but if you look it up, it's International Restless Legs Day.
Okay, that's not the direction I was going.
Compression socks will help that.
Well, there you go. Okay, so problem solved. Go ahead with the real problem.
Well, I'd never known that Hollywood has been throwing the numbers 923 at us for a long time.
Okay.
And what does it mean?
It has to be something to do with pot. No, that's something
else. That's no, Eric. That's 420.
All right, whatever.
Cindy Giordano.
It's crack. It's crack day.
Projo had this video. Projo, show this video because this kind of, I don't even know what it means, but damn, there's a lot of crazy going on with 923.
All right. Oh God.
Just got you a chance. Maybe this will grow on you.
This thing sucks. We love it.
You fools! You've erected a massive concave reflective surface. It will focus the sun's beam in a deadly ray.
The time for mourning and blaming our mayors has passed. First off, I'd like to thank the good people at Changjin Smelting and Mining for neutralizing our wonderful, deadly new lard land.
Different wavelengths. There was something blue they didn't want to burn.
What the?
It shows blue doesn't burn.
Okay, no, that goes on to the. That's all right, Pro Joe. We'll run the other video.
We will rebuild.
Give the new statue a chance.
I think you might have sent the wrong video.
So
That's
explain,
okay. It's all
explain the
good.
statue to me real fast. Well, I can't see it that well. Does anybody know what that statue
No,
is
I
about?
couldn't tell. It was
I don't
just,
know what the
it's the
statue
whole.
So the scientist comes on a convex whatever to direct energy. So that's obviously a laser that he's talking about.
Yes.
Okay. And what year was this built? Or is this a Simpsons episode? Is this new? Is it? Because I guess that's kind of pertinent, right?
That's not I don't know the background of the actual episode.
Okay.
No, I sent it to you, Joe. You've got it.
When it
920.
happened.
It's under 923, bud.
So what's 923?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Okay, here's what happens. We took a little
Should we
side.
ask Bing?
Yeah, ask Bing. What's going to happen on, like, we have people on the chat line, like Christopher Weathers is saying that he really believes that something really bad, like really bad.
So
is gonna
923,
happen.
2023?
Yes.
Like coming up.
Coming up.
Here's the. Okay,
Hey,
hold
Bing.
on.
Hey, Bing.
Here we
how's
go,
your
guys.
day
Here
doing?
we go.
Well, hold on.
Do you have it on audio?
You just screwed me all the hell up.
We got to be quiet
Hold
while
on.
he's talking
Yeah,
to his girlfriend.
Yeah, she only accepts one voice at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I did it again. See, hold on just a second here, guys. I'm not trying to screw up the show, seriously, but I will. Here we go. Good morning, Bing. You look fantastic. I have a question for you. What does 9/23/23 mean? Is there any conspiracy about that date? Let's see what she says. She's always very good.
I wanted her voice activated.
Yeah, activate her voice.
I can't. She doesn't speak. She's very shy.
Oh, she's very shy.
She said good morning, though.
Oh, well, that's
She
good.
said good morning to me, too. And thank you for the compliment. See?
Oh, okay.
Women love that.
Yes, we do.
The date 2023 has been the subject of various conspiracy theories and speculations, mostly related to the idea that it is in some way, what is this? An ominous date. Ugh. Some of the theories and claims have not been substantiated.
Well, of course, they haven't been substantiated.
Hold on. In this date, the rapture, when Christians will be taken to heaven. That's not good.
But so Bing knows about this.
So Bing does know about us. You better get right with God, people,
It is
before
the
September
date-
23rd.
It is the date of a major global catastrophe, such as a nuclear war, a meteor strike, or an alien invasion.
Okay.
This is Bing.
Robert wanted me to let you know that
Bing
Eric.
is telling you
Hold on.
that.
By the way, chat AI is a dude, Eric.
No, it's not. It's non-binary.
Her name is Bingette.
The theory based on the recurrence of the number 23 in various historical events. This date of a hidden or occult significance.
Occult significance?
What
Is that
could
what you
that
said?
be? Yeah.
I don't know. Check out this
Occult
video, though,
significance.
of all the 923 or reversed 923 numbers
Wow.
from videos. Here it is. Joe, I'm glad you sent this to us.
Any type of disaster, because that's what's happening in the month of September, so we're getting you ready.
Go ahead. Tell yourself it's just a number. The future can be scary. 9 hours and 23 minutes.
The miracle of deliverance. By 9:23, the water of life shall proceed forth from the throne of the Lamb. Here, Father. The Prince of Darkness.
Let the new prince be decided.
By the way, that Simpsons episode aired in 2016.
Oh, damn.
Isn't that 2016?
With the laser,
Yeah.
taking out the community.
Greg found that.
Okay, thanks, Greg.
That
Greg
is
in studio
interesting.
today, learning Projo's job.
What the F?
Isn't that crazy? I mean, now could that be
Eric,
why?
I watched it twice going, what the hell, man?
Could that be why
As
they
Jeannie
want to
says,
tell
well,
us?
shit.
Well, shit. Well, could that be why they want to put how they're going to scare us into taking the thing in our arm again and putting masks on our face?
No.
Because it's supposed to be September when this starts. Any coincidence?
We're
with that?
right there. I mean, pool closings and then catastrophe. That's how it goes.
Right, that's how it goes.
Well, this year it's a Saturday, or excuse me, in 2020. Yeah, it's a Saturday, 9/23/23.
Does Mizzou play Alabama this year?
No, let me see who they're playing. Yeah, no, they don't.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
Because I would love to see the Bama game before the World.
Right, but before you go to your
Yeah.
the pearly gates. That is so weird. Any of it's all weird. I mean, no matter what's going to happen before the end of this year, so much weird crap is going to happen. They're going to try to push stuff in our arms. They're going to try to put a mask in. They're going to try to scare us with aliens. They're going to try to scare us with these things going on with direct energy weapons. They want us scared. You want to know why? It is literally a projection because they're scared shitless.
So do you think that this is a good, that everything you talk about, it makes you go, well, you better get Trump in there.
100% makes me even more
because
want him in there.
I mean, you can have policy debates all you want, but this is a new type of policy debate. This is like what Lizzie just said, fear, 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 fear.
Yes.
And now you have the opportunity to have a guy go in there and say, I'm going to clean this stuff up.
Yeah.
DeSantis isn't saying that.
No.
Trump is saying that. This is a guy that's facing 400 some odd years in jail or more.
Yes.
And this is the tactics of the left now, because you don't see the left.
So
I would love to know.
Can Trump stop the evil darkness?
If anyone
Is
can,
that what
he
you-
can.
The only reason you ask that is it's a free for all Friday.
Exactly.
Right. Because we're going.
Jay
at
told
it.
us to step away from the tinfoil. I'm like, on Fridays, we run
tell you
to
what,
the tinfoil.
I would have think it was tinfoilish, but look at what in the world is going on in the world. I'm not sure we're that tinfoil.
That video was there's too much about that. There's just.
Well, that might be a crazy video.
But what does
might
it mean? I don't know.
No,
maybe nothing, but
so this time you do have a chance to see what the aftermath is. If
Yes.
they get every local, their lot back with grass in there and a nice
Exactly.
And if
good
you
point.
look back on this place in 2 years and everybody is made whole, then it was not a conspiracy.
Correct.
If they, on the other hand, have billionaires obscuring the visual, the sight line of the ocean, then maybe there was something to it.
That's a good point. We'll know in about 2 years. And isn't that always it, Eric and Vic?
But then
It's
something
2
else
years.
massive goes on before then.
Yep.
It's just like what
And just-
happened with COVID.
Mhm.
Oh, well, we told you what we knew at the time. Sorry, the masks really don't work. Yeah, the cupcake. Well, it really didn't protect you from others, and you really didn't stop spreading, even though we forced you to quit your job, even though we got on you and said you're not being a good American and helping out your fellow brother if you don't get the cupcake. Oh, we're sorry for telling you that. And then 2 years later, it's lost its luster with a lot of people, not everybody.
Well, today I saw the trifecta. What it was there's a school district that has strep throat, the flu, and COVID.
All at the same
All
time.
at the
of
same
course
time.
They do.
That's
That's funny.
Is it in the state of Missouri?
I don't remember where it was, but they had to shut it down and go back to that virtual learning crap.
Todd says 9/23 will be the new 9/11. I don't know what you mean by that.
Yeah,
And
Todd, don't
I
say stuff
pray
like
to
that.
God that nothing happens.
Take it out of the universe.
And Terry says, I put more faith in the Simpsons than I do our government in regards to what's
That's a good
happened and what
point.
we've seen.
Mhm.
Yeah, but the problem with The Simpsons is you always have to find out about it 5 years later.
Yeah,
I know.
that
It's
is
like,
the
watch
problem.
it now. It's
It's like, which one of this is true?
Right.
Rob says, and by the way, they are blaming the new variant when experts predicted in the next 10 years, people will start dropping dead. It's going to get worse, people. And the only one who can really save us now is Jesus, not Donald Trump. No one, only Jesus, and he will return to save his people.
That's true.
That is true. That is very, very true. That's for sure. I don't know about the variant getting stronger. The doctors that I'm talking to are saying the variants just keep getting weaker. But does that mean that they're not going to spring something on us? Could be, but they want us fearful no matter what it is. They want to have us live in fear so they can control us.
Look, you're living in a video game, guys.
Yeah, it's like the Truman Show.
It's like the first day that you put on your headset and you got in your PS5 is in front of you and your mom said, congratulations, have fun. And then you went and started playing Mortal Kombat. you were like, oh wow, I got to just learn the basics of this game. All right, that's as time went on, the visual reality of those games overtakes what is real outside of those games.
Yeah.
And what you're seeing now is you saw the slow roll whenever the Biden administration came in, because we weren't in this nutty ass situation we were 3 years ago. We were in a normal situation. We were looking at 2.3 interest rates. We were looking at a fairly safe unemployment. We were seeing people make money. We were seeing people buy cars. We were seeing people, you know, they were living their life. Now we're in a situation where we're having free-for-all Fridays on some of the most bizarre conspiratorial topics that could or could not be true. I mean, what we're talking about on this show,
right?
It's just absolutely nuts.
It is. It's asinine.
Can get there.
You know, I mean, you didn't have Hawaii being shot up by a laser,
right,
when Trump was in office.
Correct.
You had Jerusalem being the new, capital.
Yeah.
You had the Middle East being taken care of. You had the one thing that stuck out to me with Trump was he launched that Moab bomb, mother of all bombs.
Yes.
On what was it, Syria or wherever it was, to take out those ISIS leaders. I was like, damn.
And that was it.
And
it
that
was
the end of
over.
it. And we wouldn't be sending billions to Ukraine.
Yeah. Next time I tell you to do something, terrorists, do it.
He did the same thing with China too.
Yes.
Not to get off subject, but he did when it came to trade situations.
Yeah. Now you have a situation. This is what you have a situation where you wake up and you're not totally sure that your president is not having a relation with China because they're blackmailing you and because they have so much dirt over your head.
Yes.
Or Ukraine. Mr. President, we need $100 million now, or else we will release this about Hunter Biden.
Well, as Trump called him, the Manchurian candidate who is now subjected to what China tells him to do.
I mean, it's exactly right. You don't have. It's like everyone in the United States is like, why are we worried about Ukraine? Well, why are we? You know. In Russia, does Russia not know what the Ukrainians have over Biden? And that's why they did what they did. I mean, you don't know what the dark secrets are behind this family. So you wake up in the morning, I do, and you wonder to yourself, what thumb is China putting on Biden's head?
Yes.
And I'm wondering to myself, is that why that the deep state is backing this guy? Because they're part of the whole thing themselves.
Absolutely. Yeah. They're all part of it.
That's the worst part of all this to me. You didn't have these problems when Trump was in office.
No.
You had CNN, you had Jim Acosta basically berating him every day. That's all you had.
Correct.
That was
correct.
it.
And that's why we want him back. And we need him back because if anybody, we talked about this at the beginning of the show, if anybody can defend defend Biden, what in the hell is wrong with them? Because they can't. There's nothing good to say. Can anybody in here say anything good about Biden? Anyone? Joe? Anyone?
No.
Anybody on the chat line? Name one good thing about Biden.
Well, I think that
you can't.
I think about a year ago, you could have maybe, not a year ago, 2 years ago.
2 years ago,
if you were a liberal,
yeah,
from Webster Groves or from wherever, you would say he's a family guy. He's compassionate. He's not.
Yes,
he doesn't have drama. He doesn't have drama. He's a little old man that's going to basically. Now that conversation has changed to he is a back of the Del Mar Gardens boob that can't walk straight, that can't even eat pureed meat anymore because he's so decapacitated.
Have you guys gotten a gig yet at Del Mar?
No, but I would play there in a dead second.
I could see
that would be fun, wouldn't it?
I could see you doing.
I would lock up those wheelchairs. I'd walk in there with my bass. I would make sure they could.
That would be so good. That
Speaking of which, is Platinum Rock Legends anywhere this weekend?
No, but Metal Studs.
Where's Metal Studs?
The creation of Platinum Rock Legends is at Helen Fitzgerald's.
They have air conditioning there, so it won't be outside.
It was where it all started. So if you know anything about PRL, it all started with Metal Studs. And then we changed to broaden it out, but it's our last show.
This is going to be your last show.
Forever. It's Metal Studs' last show. So they're going out where they came in.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, Metal Studs. Anybody in the group that we know besides you?
Just Will.
And Will.
Will and no one else is important.
Okay.
No one else is important. Just you and Will.
So last show, Metal Studs retirement party Saturday night.
Yeah. So it'll be a lot of fun if you want to see. And this went back. Trust me, back in the day, Will was nuts when I first met him.
And he's not now.
No.
Okay.
I'll tell you, when I first came back to St. Louis, I was kind of retired from music.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of like, I'm over it. I mean, I don't want to pull out amplifier.
For those who don't know, we have new listeners that pop in all the time.
Okay, yeah.
Eric was a bassist in the very popular band Shooting Star.
Yeah, so I was touring.
A legitimate rock star.
Well, no bass player's legitimate rock star. But anyway, I was when I came in to St. Louis and played with Metal Studs. When I played with Metal Studs, Will, the singer of Platinum Rock Legends, goes, "Yeah, we heard you're kind of good." And I go, "Well, I practice." And then I go, "I practice."
Continue.
And he looked at me and goes, "Yeah, that really doesn't matter here." And then I turned my head to the right and I saw a picture of the spandex and the wigs. And I started laughing my ass off. Oh, hell.
That's
So I had like this nanosecond where I had to go, am I prepared to do that or not? So I gave it a shot and it was fun.
What time? What time's the show? Helen's for our listeners in the St. Louis area?
I think we start at 9.
Okay.
They're going to
no bassist is a rock star? None ever in history? Not even Gene Simmons, Bootsy Collins?
If a 14-year-old girl doesn't know who you're talking about, then it's not a rock star.
Victor Wooten? Okay.
No, those. No. Yo-Yo Ma. Who's Yo-Yo Ma? You know who Yo-Yo Ma is? Of course not. He's one of the greatest cellists of all times. But no, you remember Bon Jovi, Steven Tyler. You remember Axl Rose. Those are rock stars.
Right.
There's no rock star bass.
By the way, Joe's going to be starting up a musical podcast, right? Is that what it is? Music or what's the show going to
It's going to be about music, basically the arts. We're going to have local and national touring artists on, musicians, tattoo artists.
Ooh.
Yeah. And comedians.
That's awesome. I'll be there for.
We're going to get it started pretty soon, right? In the next week or
Hopefully
so?
within the next week or so, yeah.
Week to 2 weeks?
Yep.
Eric, maybe you can make a guest appearance. Who knows?
I would be honored for sure.
Well, of course you would. I'm just messing with you.
Dude, well, have a good show Saturday night, my friend.
You too.
Enjoy that.
I don't know what are you doing.
I have no idea. I don't know. We'll be around. The start of high school football season.
Oh,
is here
right.
Tonight and tomorrow. They moved because of the heat in the St. Louis area, and I know it's around the country. My son's varsity football game tomorrow to 10 a.m.
Oh.
The first varsity football game of the year is at 10 a.m. on a Saturday morning.
Oh, wow. But it's going to be even hotter maybe than at night.
Think
about that. 10 a.m.
The game was
really
scheduled,
hot.
but the high is only supposed to be 90 tomorrow, right?
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Dude,
It's
90 is nothing.
It's the humidity. It's the humidity. You can't get over this humidity.
It is. It's
I've never
really
heard.
bizarre.
I've never felt humidity this bad.
Yeah,
no, I haven't
it's
either.
soupy.
A lot of people's
So
allergies have been messed up all over the place.
And I'm looking for a house now, so you have to go like walk around outside the houses to see.
Oh yeah, I bet.
And
yeah.
you're like, this is such an unpleasant experience. I don't want to buy the house.
Right. You don't even want to buy it.
I can't see past the humidity. It's a great house, but I get so uncomfortable. I'm out.
I gotta go back to the car.
Yeah, I gotta go back.
I can't do it.
Exactly.
Unless you can make it cool outside at this house, I'm not buying it.
Hey, just imagine the sun going down over here and the nice cool breeze and but it sucks right now. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here. That's funny.
Well, guys, we appreciate you jumping in for the podcast today. That does it for the August 25th podcast. Eric, have an awesome weekend. You too, Lizzie, Projo. Greg in studio today, learning Projo's job. And
he's not leaving. It's just if he ever gets sick.
Yeah.
Who?
Greg. That's Greg over there in the corner.
Over there.
What? You're not leaving it just if you get sick?
No, she's talking about Projo.
I'm talking about Projo. I don't want anybody to think he's leaving. He's not leaving.
You need
he just needs a substitute.
He worked his ass off last week when he was sick.
Yeah,
so
he didn't feel good last week.
Yeah, did you have COVID? You have COVID?
No comment.
No comment?
He doesn't know. He didn't get
know.
tested.
How do you feel now?
I feel great now.
How do you feel? You all right?
Oh, yeah. No, I feel great now.
Yeah, nothing to worry about.
There you go. And even if he did, we came in anyway. No mask.
And we fought through no air conditioning today.
No air conditioning, COVID maybe, whatever the hell, we're still here.
All right. Have an awesome day, guys. We'll see you Monday.